Renzo, today I want to start the show talking about an event that started a toda máquina.
A toda máquina. It sounds like you're starting today's episode a toda máquina because you already revealed what the phrase that we're talking about is today.
And I'm going to reveal the event, the World Cup.
Of course. I had to guess that because you have World Cup fever, Maria.
I do. I mean, I'm collecting the album. I'm watching every single game. I'm keeping track. It's really, really, not only it's exciting every 4 years, but also it's very exciting to be witnessing all the fans that are around the cities in the United States. I'm going to Canada too to see how they are experiencing the World Cup there. So it's really, this year has been a toda máquina. But what is a toda máquina?
But hold on. Before we talk about a toda máquina, tell me what this is. Is this a podcast about the World Cup?
It pretty much is because I'm going to be talking about the World Cup for a long time.
But this is just a Spanish phrase, the companion podcast in News and So Spanish, where every week we analyze, explore the uses, origins, and fun facts about common Spanish expressions.
And this expression this week is a toda máquina, which means pretty much in full speed, or how would you translate a toda máquina?
Well, literally, it's all machine, or, if we're getting more into the details, it's use the whole machine, push the machine to its limits. So yes, in English, we do have similar expressions. The one that you might be familiar with is full steam ahead. Have you heard that one?
Full steam ahead. It sounds like it's going to be in the future. Full steam ahead, not full steam now.
Well, I'll explain in a little bit when we go back to the origins of the phrase, why we say full steam ahead. But how about firing on all cylinders?
Okay. That makes sense. It's like all in.
Yeah, exactly. All in. And that's what a toda máquina means. Going all in. So full effort and just trying to get the best result possible by
being a toda máquina.
Exactly.
And precisely, that's what I want to talk about. For me, the team that is a toda máquina this World Cup is Cape Verde.
Wait.
Yes,
the
I
tiny
know.
Island nation?
It is the first time they make it to the World Cup. On the first game they played, they tied against number 2 in the ranking, Spain.
Wow.
That was completely unexpected. I think Cape Verde is something like 67 in the ranking. It's very low in the ranking. They were expecting a 7-0, like what Germany did to Curaçao. But no, the hero of that game was the goalie Vozinha. Vozinha, that's not his name, but Vozinha is his nickname because he was raised by his grandmother. And every time he had issues at school, he would run over to his grandmother and everybody started calling him Vozinha.
Oh, that's adorable. So wait, Vozinha is Portuguese for grandmother?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So Vozinha, not only he was able to stop 7 amazing goals by Spain that didn't make it because Vozinha stopped them. But he's 40 years old. He used to work as an electrician. He is the first person at 40 to play his first World Cup in history. And he's very close to his mom. He tried to have his mom come for the game, but they couldn't afford the visa. Well, he played so well the first game that now the mom was able to come for the second game. And the second game Cape Verde played was against Uruguay.
Oh, did people step in and raise money to help her come?
I think the government waived the fee. And
wow.
Also Vozinha is now such a celebrity. Before the first game against Spain, he had 20,000 followers. Now, last time I checked, he was already at 15 million followers.
That's a huge jump.
More than the entire population of Cape Verde, more than the team of Spain, more than the New York Yankees. He is a celebrity.
So overnight, he's become a star.
Yes, he is. And he deserves it because he really did an amazing job in that first game. And Cape Verde, as a team, they went a toda máquina in the game against Uruguay. Uruguay is also a world champion.
Yeah.
And they couldn't. They tied against Uruguay.
Wait. So now Cape Verde has 2 ties so far in the World Cup?
Which means he might make it to the next round.
Wow.
So I'm a toda máquina supporting Cape Verde.
So you're cheering a toda máquina. Vozinha is playing a toda máquina. Cape Verde as a team is playing a toda máquina. And Vozinha's career and fame is exploding a toda máquina.
And he almost didn't make it to the World Cup. So it's really, that's what I love about the World Cup, all these stories behind the scenes, all the humanity behind it.
Yeah.
But
the drama is a toda máquina as well.
Exactly, the drama is a toda máquina. So what is the origin of a toda máquina?
Yeah, we've been going a toda máquina with this episode and we forgot about the origin. So we already know it means going all in, using all the energy available. Full steam ahead. That's the one I told you earlier. So it's not about the future with full steam ahead. That's the English equivalent. It's rather a ship, picture a ship, looking ahead and saying full steam to move forward, to move ahead. And the steam, that's where we get to the origin of this expression. Industrial Revolution. We are quickly industrializing all of our factories, our transportation, and how are we doing it? With steam-powered engines. So fuel goes in, it heats up water, the water turns a turbine, and that is the motion that we then turn into all sorts of things, from transportation to, factories that are pressing pieces together. But anyway, the point is, as the fuel goes in and turns up the heat, you get more power, more speed, more energy, more output. And that is the idea, full steam ahead. A toda máquina means pushing the machine to its limit. So it could be a locomotive, putting more coal in the furnace, or likewise a ship that has steam-powered propellers, and as more fuel goes into the furnace, in the chimneys of the ship, you would see more steam, those big billowing clouds coming out. And that's where the expression comes from.
That is very interesting. And I'm going to change the subject completely because what you explained made me think of one analysis I read a little bit ago, in which after the Industrial Revolution, after we started going full steam ahead, a toda máquina, all the inventions have been so fast, one after the other, that we haven't had time to stop and analyze and see, okay, what do we do now? Where are we going from here? And this makes me think of after the Industrial Revolution, we have, of course, like all the production on mass production of goods. And then we had, we haven't even had time to understand the effects of internet and social media. And we're already with artificial intelligence. So the world started living a toda máquina after the Industrial Revolution.
Innovation happens at blinding speed. And it seems like, every technological development speeds up the progress of the next and the next and the next. And, there's a whole current of thought since you like philosophy so much, accelerationism. But anyway, that seems like a topic for another episode.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're moving too fast, a toda máquina, and we'll get ahead of ourselves.
This episode went by a toda máquina. But we'll see you next week with just another Spanish phrase to analyze and discuss.
That's right. And until then, if you subscribe to News and So Spanish, you can also find us in Rooms, the conversation platform where we can practice our Spanish and use phrases like a toda máquina.
And go, Cape Verde.